Hello guys, NautoAisDx here, and this will be actually a follow-up on my thoughts on Idea Factory International, revealing that one of the games they're going to be releasing in 2023 is Dokapon Kingdom Connect. So technically, it's a re-release port during the PS2 era, but this time you can play online there. So nothing much. This one, quality of life to some extent, but I'll explain later. With this follow-up, I did mention something, but first, there's the trailer here, the website here. So coming soon to the Switch, and RPG cross board game. So if you know this series before, then you know what the game is. So, but we're gonna go all the way in the bottom about it. See, you see the pictures, the screenshot, the market promo. But the important part here is the product info. So of course, this one's going to be Nintendo Switch. I'm going to be the PS4. Now I'm going to be the PS5. I hate to say it, even so I prefer all my third-party game on PlayStation because of trophies. This type of game is just a port. And would you really play this on a 4K 60 frame per second machine party board game? I mean, yeah, it's anime to some extent. I mean, just saying. But anyway, back to my story here. So the Connect part is online. Of course, only going to be in the Switch. Even so, you practically beg them, please put it on the other console. Again, if it makes sense, they would do it. But to some extent, again, it's just business. I mean, remember that one game from Spike Chunsoft, the same developer who did Danganronpa, basically said the reason why it's a Switch exclusive because it's probably going to sell better than in a PlayStation console because it might get buried. To some extent, it might be true because Sakuna Rise in Ruin sold better on the Switch versus on the PlayStation 4, and originally was going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive, but somehow someone managed to convince them, and there you go. So yeah, this one kind of sucks in my opinion that the Switch exclusive, but it is what it is. Board game RPG, but the biggest interesting part is this. Not only the language form is going to be English, I mean, no duh. Voice over is English, so either Idea Factory paid for the Atlas dub, and that's the previous one from. So, touche. And then of course, developer, Sting, they did some games with Idea Factory, compile art, but it is what is there. And another key thing is here. ESRB, everyone 10 and plus. Peggy 7, and I don't know what this one. Apologies. And from what I understand, 0A in Japan. So with that said, of course, there was a little bit of a controversy to some extent. And it's kind of weird that in the past it was okay, but now it's not. I mean, you know what's happening with society right now, kind of weak, but it is what it is. And the key thing here is that the rating is still the same, E410. So on this Twitter post, so we're just gonna click on the picture here. And yes, there are some sort of censorship again from the PS2 Wii versus the Switch version. So cover wise in here again makes sense, whatever. So of course, like I said, it's a 0A. Now it's a 0B, so it's kind of weird though. Why it's a 0B, but whatever. So the biggest one is some of the character. So the main character, when you choose the female character, now she has more clothes than before. So in the original one, you see more skin. Now it's less skin. I know a lot of people don't like that to some extent. Not gonna touch that, but again, okay. So before I continue, does it ruin the game? No, but like I said before in the past, it's all about the principle and the political issue behind it. Was this necessary to do this? My personal opinion, no. But again, probably someone's gonna complain. I mean, if you watch Lily's trailer in Street Fighter 6, there are some people who are voicing their concern about her outfit. Again, if you got a problem with that, go talk to the creator why Lily's dressed like that. Again, there are some. Doesn't matter which side you're from. They said, yeah, that's kind of concerning. So again, yes, does it make people kind of like, oh, I'm attracted to this game because of the fan service, because they show more skin? Sadly to say, yes. So there's a remake, more covered up to some extent. Same goes with here. This other character, you see leg skin, not anymore. More covered up. And again, it's so weird because it was 0A, which is E. Now is 0B. I'm gonna assume that's E for 10 to some extent. Same goes with the West. So I don't know what's going on here because before I show the Reddit, I'm gonna show this. So first of all, the E is RB. E for 10 on the PlayStation 2 and the Wii, and this was published by Atlas. Kind of weird, I know. I can't remember the year, so if it's in the PS2 era, then Idea Factory International did not exist yet. They were created in 2013 because a bit of a controversy with Nippon Ichi, and the gist of it, I'm just gonna say it here, is there was some sort of employee gouging. They were stealing employee from Idea Factory compound hierarchy to Nippon, and for a while they were basically sort of their source of localization, and because of it they couldn't trust each other to some extent. Now they decided, hey, let's just create our own localization team. Thus, in 2013, created Idea Factory International. So I'm gonna assume this one's before they were created. So again, the PS2 and Wii, E for 10. But then, Connect. So this one is just Dokapon Kingdom, Dokapon Kingdom Connect, which you can play online, E for 10. Once again, I know it's kind of like still only Switch exclusive, but whatever. So why is it all suddenly, even though the rating is the same in the West, they're doing this? And the funny part is, 0A, you got this more skin, but then they moved it up a bit to 0B, which is E for 10, and now less skin. Just saying, it's kind of weird. And you know what? Yes, we're seeing here, so let's just read it. Another remaster remake title that ends up being censored. Nobody. Again, it's not gonna ruin the game. It's the political principle issue behind it. That's all it is. Because in the trailer, in the West, again, more covered up than in East. And again, like I said, there are some weirdos out there that complain about it. And again, I said it before with the Lady trailer. Fictional representation character are fake does not hurt in real life society. Max, get that to your head. So of course, in Reddit, they're talking about this. And the sad part here, and I'm kind of a bit disappointed with Idea Factory International, but it is what it is. It is a business. They're trying to make money. And Idea Factory International, they're not Capcom, not Konami, not Square Enix. I don't know how much the budget. It's none of my business. So they're complaining. They're discussing about the tides. Again, it sucks, but we just have to wait and see. But there's this one thing that I saw that kind of disappointed me. And this one here. I sent in a support ticket on Idea Factory site asking about this, and it was closed 5 hours with no response. So basically, unfortunately, even to a point that Idea Factory International either don't want to discuss it or they can't, because, well, believe it or not, there have been problems with this. I know Artisan with Super Nintendo RPG, the censorship on the PS4, they even said they can't even disclosure it. There have been a lot of companies that were being told that Sony, that if you talk about them forcing to censor game, you might be blacklisted. Again, yeah, it has nothing to do with Sony for this one, but again, why are they doing this? Well, they want to maximize sales. So they also trying to cater to the, I hate to say it, the weirdos, because again, more people, more sales. Because again, there are people that basically voice a concern. Project Eve, Stellar Blade. Remember that main character with her very tight clothes, and you can see her butt. I know. And there were already people when it was shown as Project Eve. Some people were complaining. Oh, it's a good game, but I can't play it. And some people say, why? It's a fictional character. What's the problem? And someone said that an example is this guy said, yeah, my girlfriend was interested in the game, but she felt uncomfortable looking at a hot fictional digital character. Again, to each of their own, but to some extent, at the same time, you're denying the creator's creation. That's the problem. I mean, if they're following the ESRB, they're following X, Y, and Z, then why are you basically complaining that it's not enough or whatever? Why are you ruining it for everyone? I mean, it would be nice everyone can be happy, but there's just one-on-one. Again, so I don't know what's going on there. So, yeah, it is interesting that there's some sort of modification on the recent version of Dokapon Kingdom Connect, and that Idea Factory International. I'm not fortunate that you guys don't want to talk about it. I know to some extent, same goes with Super Neptune RPG and any RPG, that they are transparent when it comes to censorship, but a lot of times is they just can't disclose it because they might get blacklisted. Yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is there. So that is my follow-up. It is a bit of concern to some extent. Again, it doesn't hurt the game, but like I said, principal political issue is a different story there, and I don't know why they're doing this. Again, do you think a lot of people are gonna flock to this game? I mean, here's the hint that this particular game is gonna be niche. You should make the Uber fan happy, make them happy, they'll buy it, and then word of mouth, they're probably gonna talk about how the game is good. But again, it's either they do learn their lesson, but it's like, yeah, I just can't do it. We don't want to get sued. We don't want to get our reputation ruined, because if you heard probably in a different video, I'm going to talk about it, that Nintendo even now changing their way about censorship, that you can't even show full frontal boobies anymore. And somebody said the reason is that it's concerning for Nintendo's image brand, that again, you got those weirdos, concerned parents basically saying, what are you doing? And of course, they probably don't want to get sued. Who knows? So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Dokapon Kingdom Connect. Some sort of concern about censorship. To a point that even Idea Factory International, they would not even talk about it. Kinda suck. Disappointing, but, it is what it is. With that, I'll see you guys later.